Is it Michael? Is it Michael? Dang. Hang on. Wrong banner. Give me a second, Jay. Hang on. I gotta go do all the stuff. I'm not. Is it really Michael? Is it really? I'm free versing this one, so y'all excuse us. Some of us have other jobs and other stuff other than this. So is it yeah? Okay, Michael, Mikael. You know what? I was about to call him the Wire Man. So don't judge me on that. I was gonna call him the Wire Man. So that's just me. That's just me. Now I got to go back and fix that. God dang it, Michael. Should have got it. I should have got it. Give me a second. Okay. All right. I hope to God I got it right now. Ooh, if I don't get it right, oh man, I'm in trouble. Hmm. All right. Sorry about that. Fixed it. All right. So yeah, we're definitely here for this one. Because I feel a lot of people they can't. Okay. I was about to get in trouble for that one. Don't do that to me. Okay. What's going on, everybody? All right. So we need to have this conversation that a lot of people are trying to dodge, circle around. They don't want to discuss. Shout out to everyone who's coming through. Please like the video or dislike it. It's up to you. I get it. I'm hated. Whatever. What's going on, everyone? Three the Warrior. What's going on, Kareem? Um, what's going on? Of course, Jay. We need to have this discussion that's realistic that a lot of people do not actually want to deal with. And I hear this a lot, especially dealing predominantly with a lot of people who are trying to make money and who are trying to come up in that way of life. Um, that we definitely need to actually um, call out on this type of thing because everybody talks about making money. Everybody talks about being rich. Everybody talks about the access and sexual proclivity and oh man, when I get to this lifestyle, but let's have the reality check. A lot of people are not mentally and a lot of people are not mentally there to be in that type of lifestyle. What's going on, Jane?
You come at the king, you best not miss. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
How
listen.
how 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 are you gonna call him Mark?
Hey, hey, listen. The king has fallen. The king has fallen today. We're gonna have to tell the truth on what's going on with the king. And the king, he lived a very very weary mental health life.
Oh, he
And
absolutely did. I absolutely adore him. He actually had some great document. Like, it's funny because he's getting a lot of credit for The Wire and Boardwalk Empire, but he actually had some great documentaries about gun violence and inner city and all kinds of shit. So he actually has done some other stuff that actually I've admired him for more so than like him playing Omar. But
Mhm.
to start off what you were saying, I just totally cut you off. I'm sorry, but
No,
start
no,
off what you were saying. The reason he was able to play Omar so well is because that he was Omar, and
he was playing himself. He was playing
he was
himself.
playing himself. Right? He was a drug addict. You know, he was in the streets for a long time prior to getting these roles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why he was able to relate to Omar so well.
And I wanted to hit it, like I said, and this is I can respect because it's the irony was that he battled this for a long time. That was the irony. He battled this for a long time, and we scuff, we talk trash, and we say a lot of things that, oh, when I get money, we'll change it, we'll change that. But you gotta understand, a lot of people are battling mental health issues and drug dispositions in their life. And some people always think that if they get to a higher epsilon or they become high value, that those problems will go away.
No, you just can get better drugs. That's all.
Exactly. And the thing about it was, as I started looking at some of his work, he was talking about a lot of the stuff, and he was in his own way fighting a lot of the stuff that he came from. And so, in looking at that, this was a battle that it's an uphill battle for him. A lot of people were enjoying what he was what he was portraying, but as Jay so beautifully put, a lot of these people, especially, and I'm predominantly talking to black people, so if y'all listening, a lot of their music, a lot of their songs, a lot of the stuff that majority of them are talking or singing or acting or portraying, some part of that is stuff that they are immaturely mentally dealing with. Mary J. Blige sings a lot about domestic violence, but how many people took it serious that she was actually being abused?
Well, you know, I mean, most people don't believe women anyway when it comes to that, but that's another conversation. So.
You know what I'm saying? You had it where we had it where Mr. Williams, the King, amazing actor, spoke and showcased that much of the street and urban life. Yet he was all
I
yet
mean, the man lived in Brooklyn for crying. I mean, Brooklyn is all gentrified now, but I mean, he literally still lived in Brooklyn.
he 80s and I believe some of the 70s.
Yeah, that's where
Um,
he was at. He was in Brooklyn. He was in a high rise in Brooklyn, but he was still in Brooklyn.
and so
Yeah.
I read the story on how he got the scar and how
Yep.
he dealt with drugs and different other stuff. Um, it's going underrated darkness. So he very much so he spoke about and I myself, I'm gonna tell y'all, I myself have battled when I know I still do battle against mental health. I spoke about that. People think that when you get money that these things go away. They don't. They don't. It's
No,
just
that's
like
what I'm saying. You could afford better drugs. That's all it is. And I guess fentanyl, like I don't know too much about this whole fentanyl thing, but I guess a lot of drugs that are coming in nowadays are laced with fentanyl.
right. The issue here's the thing about it, and this is why it's getting scary. Like I said, the drug gang is definitely changing up, and people are able to get more, um, you know, are able to get more of an access. Well, certain people, as I said, when y'all talk about the high life, y'all think that because you're rich that they don't got issues. Nah, man. Um, it's just one of those things.
And a lot of artists actually get into drugs just because of the long hours. That's part of how it starts. Is
Well,
because
it keeps them going. Like I know,
right.
I had a client. I was like, damn, how the hell? Like I know us two guys, we're taking shifts, but this person, she ain't slowed down yet in 36 hours.
Oh, she must have been on meth.
Listen, that girl was popping pills and
Adderall. Yeah.
listen. I did. I had to grab her. I grabbed her. I pulled over. We pulled over the vehicle, and I made her throw it up. I said, "Listen, we have to get this out of your system." She's like, "No, no, 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 no. There's another party. No, I have to be there. They're counting on me. They count on me." She started crying. She started having a mental breakdown. I said, "We got to stop this. Regardless if she's our, regardless if she's our employer, regardless if this is the boss, she has to go to the ER." She makes that woman makes good money. That is literally a six figure, soon to be a seven
Oh
figure
yeah,
woman.
and I mean, this like just the nightlife situation as a whole, the DJs, the dancers, the bartenders, all of half. So my ex-husband used to DJ, and of course he ran in those circles. And he went to a party one night. I think it was a friend of his. I don't remember, but it was either him or a friend that was opening for a larger DJ. And they took him down in the basement and was like, hey, get what you want. It was just like a whole table with like Coke, pills, other shit. Like, and he was like, nah, I don't indulge in that. But yeah, and it was just like, hey, get what you want. And that's what
I
I'm saying. Those circles is different than regular people's circles.
I can openly, when I had my family issues and me and Melissa had our separation, to not feel I stayed busy with work. I went to the Mohegan Sun. I went to the casino, and I stayed with drinking. I stayed doing coke. I would spend up to 80 to $100 a day, as well as I would go drink, party, and have sex. Anything.
I didn't realize until I moved to Florida, like how open people are about doing coke down here.
Listen,
Like,
listen. Cocaine is one hell of a drug, y'all. Cocaine is one hell of a drug.
like
You
people
can't say
say that
me.
shit like weed. Like, oh yeah, this one night I was high on coke and this and that. You're like, huh? They
Yep.
just throw that shit on in the sentence, and you just sitting there like, bitch, what?
Did he or she just said that so easy? Oh, listen. Them high rollers at Mohegan Sun, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen,
Oh, I
the
know. I've
boys,
been up on the high rollers floor. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting.
that's
Floor,
that's
the
that's
39.
that's
I've been on the 39th floor.
listen. That's the no. Listen, them girl, you lean over over to a woman, and damn, man, baby, chop that up for me real quick. All right, do that line. All right, let's get back into it. Let's go. Oh, but see, holistically speaking,
And speaking of
it,
Mohegan Sun, I have a friend that works at Mohegan Sun. He's been there for years. Oh Lord, yeah, yeah. Like I said, them artists when they come, that be on their fucking writer. Like
yep, yep, you got
that's what I'm saying. A
your
lot.
ride or die is the one that's carrying it for you. And I know some of y'all are like, oh hell no, man, you did. I'm telling y'all for real, man. Like, is certain people as you start to ride, certain things become an access. And I'm not, and under no circumstance am I telling people to do drugs, but I'm
And
saying
we're not glorifying it. We're just saying we're
we're
not.
being
Yeah.
listen, y'all walking to the big boys table. We're telling y'all people use certain medications, certain drugs, certain things to cut out emotion or feeling or certain
I mean,
activities.
that's why you can't get painkillers anymore.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
why
got to
you
go.
can't even get like Vicodin anymore. Like Vicodin, I was never addicted to it, but Vicodin always like when I needed something stronger than aspirin, Vicodin was always worked for me. They had prescribed it for me for a long time for my back. And one day they were just like, "Oh no," and like I said, I was far from an addict. It was like as needed. And one day they're like, "No, you need to just start taking Tylenol." I'm like, "Dude, Tylenol don't work for this shit." Like, yeah.
Hmm. And so you have it where a lot of people, a lot of people, y'all listen. America has a big addiction problem.
And that's
America,
across the board, not just blacks, not just the hood, not just
not just
the everybody,
listen.
all income levels.
America. That's why we said America has a big addiction problem, and it's now to the point where it can. Y'all think it's only just the lower slums. It's straight. It doesn't matter your economic basis. And the thing about it is, A lot of people are not getting the mental process help that they need or getting to the proper chain of help and therapy. And see, I understand it. Listen, man, I didn't want to deal with my demons. I didn't want to deal with my problems. So I
They
said, no,
said that he basically after Lovecraft. Have you watched Lovecraft Country?
I haven't got to see all that. I heard it was really good. I heard it was really good.
So what rumor has it, of course we're just speculating, we don't want to get sued. Rumor has it that after Lovecraft Country is when he kind of started to spiral.
Mm.
Because for those of that have watched Lovecraft Country, it's some heavy shit. It's basically, it's it's some fantasy in it, but it's also a lot of reality in it, like the 1950s and 60s South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So they said that there was some demons swirling around doing Lovecraft Country as well. Because
Yeah,
they originally
did.
were going to start filming for a season 2, but I guess they ended up canceling it. But they were like set up to film for a season 2, and I think they just literally canceled the show probably, I don't know, a month ago and said they weren't going to renew it. But yeah, they're saying that he kind of started spiraling after Lovecraft Country.
Like, I'm seeing this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um, One of the big issues, um, one of the big issues that we don't want that we don't like to admit to is a lot of people, man, are trying to cut corners and not get the proper help, man. But we always can easily say get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't understand, man. And I mean, some people. I'm not gonna say y'all don't understand, but people think it's just so easy to kick habits. It's a lifelong battle. Now, some people can say, "Well, I just never went back to it," but just like they never went back to it, give them 5 seconds, they can jump.
I mean, even something as simple as smoking. Like I've known people that quit smoking. You probably noticed that, but smoking cigarettes. I knew people that quit smoking, but if they were stressed out or they had a bad day, they was reaching for a cigarette. Same shit,
Up.
on a much lower level, but same shit.
And so this is why, like, I'm just saying, like, for a lot of y'all, it runs deep. It runs deep and heavy. A lot of people like to believe that they got this. And I mean, understand this. Get help. I encourage a lot of people to get
Of
help.
course, and you have people trying to make it sound like it's some kind of conspiracy theory. Like every celebrity that dies ain't no damn conspiracy theory. I'm so sick of that shit.
You know, this is the issue I have when people talk about, the high life and being a high value and all that shit. But let's be honest. I'm gonna be for real, man. I notice I'm seeing a lot of these high value people jumping on social media. These so-called high earners, people, whatever, tubers, but they're all having mental fucking problems.
A
They're
lot
all
of them,
having.
and a lot of them have addictions. Be it alcohol. Alcoholism is an addiction, contrary to popular belief, Joe. But yes, alcohol is an addiction, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Mhm.
You know.
And and that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. I'm trying to tell y'all guys, man. Like, listen, I'm not. Listen, I'm telling you.
And
Like,
this is coming from me. I'm a couple years older than a lot of y'all, but I'm noticing a lot of these 30 and under crowd, 35 and under crowd are looking older than the 40 and over crowd.
I'm seeing that. I'm
Because
definitely
I be
seeing
looking
that.
at people like, wait, I'm 42 and you 30. What?
I did see,
Why?
I did see a nice 19-year-old, 20-year-old trying to holler at you, but I'm not gonna
Who?
say that.
Child boo.
I'm not gonna say
I
anything
can't
what I
I
was
can't
watching.
fuck with anybody that's old enough to be my
I'm not
child.
gonna say anything about that person. He did tell me he has car insurance, so if you need,
Man, listen,
get that car
my
insurance.
daughter is 14,
Get
so
that,
she only a couple years from. I had her when I was 28, so let's do the math on that.
get that car insurance. It's all right. Still got alcohol back.
If you are old enough for me to have birthed you, I cannot fuck with you.
Is that the new code? Is that the new
Cold
code?
business. I'm just saying, if I could have possibly birthed you, or if you could have been in school with, you know, my child or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, can't do it. Like my stepson is 20, my what quote unquote ex stepson, but you know, they always gonna be a bonus kid. He's 22. He'll be 22 next month. So if he went to school with my stepson, you know.
See, that's the thing, and that's the thing I'm kind of letting. And Passe brings up a good point. The young ones now are taking lean, popping pills.
And that
They're
was
not,
where I was going with that. Yep.
yeah, and see, and it's like I said, this shit is getting real, y'all. We can try to pretend like it's not happening, but I mean, damn, like I'm not gonna
But
lie.
stock passe, they not just smoking. Like even if they do smoke weed, listen. Back in my day, I hate to sound be that person. We had a nickel bag and half of it was fucking sticks and stems. Like nowadays, there's weed. Like I don't need some of this weed that I've seen and some of these concoctions that I have seen. I'm like, I do not need to be that high.
Right.
Like I done seen some and I'm just like I had a friend that I used to deal with, and he would do dabs, and I did that shit. That shit had me high all day. I do not want to be that high. It was
I need to be functional high. I can't just be.
right.
I need to be able. Listen, it's one thing to smoke a joint on a lunch break at the damn dumpster and go right back into work. But
Right. I take
these
a couple
motherfuckers
puffs in
got
my
in the
pen and
car.
right.
No.
I take a couple puffs in my pen and go on about my day. Like I can't. I don't need to be that fucking high. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. We're also joined here. What's going on? What's going on? We have a special guest. Um, we definitely, but like I said, this new, it's not new, but it's definitely getting worse. And I'm telling people like, listen, whatever. A lot of people, especially the brother who passed, they're dealing with a lot of demons. But see, now it's starting to catch up, where people are believing that hey, so long as I can take this drink, take this pill, get with this man or this woman, or get high where I don't have to feel. See, that's the problem. You can dull out the pain emotionally or physically for so long. Sooner or later, it's going to come. Because see, the more you dull it out, you're going to have to keep on matching that to after a while, your body is going to tell you, or you're mentally going to say, you know what, this ain't doing it. This ain't doing it. I need something more. I need something more. I need something more. So after a while, your pain tolerance is going to keep jumping up. Datu, if you're gonna be goddamn insensitive, get the fuck on now. Come on now. We're not doing this today. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody say boo-hoo, don't do drugs until your people fall into that type of line, then it's not even cool. Because understand this, America has a big drug problem. America has a big addiction problem. America has a big mental health problem. And the thing about it is, we're not getting any better. It's definitely dealing with the people, the workplace. Hell, now to the point now where some workplaces don't even mind you getting high, so long as you're functional. So long as you're functional, they're like, well, shit. I don't listen. I mean, goddamn, we now have to understand that these people that are make these so-called high earners, they're crashing and burning. Like I've seen plenty of college people, actors, lawyers, doctors. A lot of these people that so called making all this money, they don't last long. They mentally fuck up. Don't think doctors don't be getting high. Y'all whoever told y'all that shit, they done lied to y'all. I know we all like to just think the people in Hollywood, they get high. Listen, I know lawyers before they hit that goddamn courthouse. They got take a jab or whatever they got to do to go hit it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, 87. They are suffering. And so this man right here, he tried talking about gun violence, street violence, and every issue out there. And everybody believes that so long as you're making money, I hear a lot of men say, well, if I could just get that woman. Y'all heard that, ladies? How some people say if they could just get that one woman, that their problems will go away.
Yep. That one woman, that one job, that one house, that one car, that one whatever.
But then what happens when you get that? What happens when you get that one thing that you set your eyes out there for, And then what happened? Boom. Now you got to go higher. Now because you said it on that level. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all right now, man. I done dealt with sexual addiction. I done dealt with doggone meds to try to deal with my pain. The shit's real out here, man. I make good money, real good money. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the access and the temptation is very, 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 very so much easy. It ain't nothing but a phone call. And believe me, the shit shows up like goddamn the ice cream man. Hell, I can get goddamn, you got Uber Dash, I got Drug Dash. But I said, no, man, don't mess with that. Because I promise you, they're going to start eating away at you. There's nothing worse than you being zombified and you think you only slept for 5 minutes. Nigga, you actually slept through 2 days. That is the shittiest feeling. I'm like, holy shit. I'm thinking I'm getting a sandwich for lunch. Bruh, it is doggone 7 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday. What the hell was I doing on Monday? But that's a reality that y'all like to say, well, these IG girls, these guys on TikTok. No, man, a lot of these people are battling a lot of mental demons as well as physical shit. And it's starting to show. This is why you're starting to see suicide rates were jumping up. Y'all, and everybody's laughing and playing, but it ain't fun and games when the shit hits you. Go ahead, Kareem. What's going on? I ain't sure if you can hear her.
Hi, hi everyone. Hi. Good afternoon. Yeah. I've been here before. This topic, I agree with everything you guys are saying on the panel. And with some things that people are saying in the chat. This fellow, Michael, yeah, um I felt a way about him because I'm in Brooklyn too. And, even though he's a celebrity or whatever, it felt a bit more personal than other people just because eh, eh, he's from Brooklyn. I don't know. I just felt for his family and for his situation that he was dealing with this drug issue for years and years and years. And you're right. It's hard for some people because it's a lifelong battle. Um, like the Miss what's her name again? Miss J. She was saying that the cigarette analogy. Yeah, I know so many people who are trying to quit smoking cigarette, and when they're stressed, they're drinking, they go for the cigarettes. So and that's a lifelong battle as well, just to quit cigarettes. So imagine this highly addictive heroin, fentanyl, crack, whatever he was on heroin, right? They said he was on heroin.
Yes, man.
So yeah, I feel empathy for him. I've never done drugs in my life. I've done like medicine that the doctors gave me, but I never done any, like, I don't smoke weed. I'm Jamaican, believe it or not. I don't smoke weed. I never did any of that, but I do drink alcohol. I do drink alcohol, so I'm not whatever, and I don't think I'm addicted to alcohol or anything like that. But I do know when you drink, it does. Um, it's for stress reliever for some people. So if a lot of people are taking drugs to mask their pain and to get energy for work, I totally understand that, being a person who do two jobs. So I'm empathetic to people who are battling addictions because it's hard. Life is hard. And I think what happens is people don't have balance too. Like America, social media, they push this image and everybody just want to get it and don't want to calm down and just have a balance in our lives. Like we need to like the self-care thing that they're pushing. I see a lot of it online about self-care. That's very important. And I think I love that they're pushing that because we need to take care of ourselves emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You know, if we do that, then a lot of some of these issues may, especially with the the people committing suicide and the people who are turned into drugs, if they
Uh-huh.
have other ways of coping with their stress and with life issues, like for me, a lot of I'm stressed as a single parent. living in New York City as a female. I'm stressed sometimes, and I've found things to cope with that's not problematic as drugs. And I think that's we need to start pushing that. And I love that. I love that you're having this topic because it's deep. You know, we need to like a lot of the topics that's on social media is very like bullshit with the what gender war. I mean, okay, that's not bullshit, but you know, for me, I find it ridiculous because I'm not
No, it's bullshit. You
beefing
were
with
right
no
the
man.
first time.
Yeah, I'm not beefing with no man. I mean, it is what it is. Like you, if you like somebody, they don't like you. Anyway, but your this topic, thank you for having it because I think
No
people really
problem.
need to
No
talk
problem.
about it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I think one of the things about it is, and like I said, I grew up as a child. I had my mom and dad, but they were in and out of their situation. Um, but one thing I can tell you was that uh, I didn't do my first hit of weed until I was like probably like 14 or 15. I remember because I was like my mom and dad, they were going through a lot of issues, and it was like walking on pin needles in the house. Like walking on pin needles in the house. And I was always told, give it to Jesus, pray it away. And I'm like, yo, man, like this is a sick joke because like nobody is helping us. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like if I told my parents there was a problem, they would just say, pray about it, pray about it, pray about it. And I'm like, I'm so sick of praying because I'm not seeing a change. And listen, I got nothing against anybody who prays or religions. I don't want nobody to think I'm attacking them. I'm just saying that a lot of problems and a lot of issues and a lot of stuff that we have that we're dealing with in house, sometimes there's a lot of red flags that men and women and children are trying to say, hey, they're looking. Like a lot of people don't know how to properly get the help they need. And so they look for different coping mechanisms to deal with it. Hence why a lot of people live through social media and through other people's lives because they're like, I'd rather live through somebody else's fucking life than have to deal with my life. And y'all think I'm joking with that shit? The shit's real. Like a lot of people are really in that type of mind state right now. Like better to be this person or hear about this problem or hear about this person's issue because it's better than my situation. And so this is why you're seeing a lot of young men uh keep on matching themselves up to goddamn 6 and 7 figure people when those same 6 and 7 figure people, they're just acting. That's not really who they are. They're just acting. They're not real. You know, the same thing when it comes for a lot of women that are dealing with imagery and efficiency problems and have different issues going on in house. Like there's a lot of deep layer shit happening, man. I was watching goddamn this show called Dancing Moms. Don't judge me. And as I was watching that shit,
Just
I
say
was
it
like,
was your daughter that was watching it and you was watching it with her.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where we're going. So as I was watching that shit, I was looking and watching those little girls, and I was like, damn, them kids are possibly going to be fucked up.
A lot of them already are fucked up.
Like, but they should be grown now.
Honey Boo Boo was on. What was that? That wasn't Dancing Moms. It was the other one. The pageant one. And you see how her life is.
I mean, and see, that's the thing about it. A lot of these people, y'all look at them now, yo, they are not mentally there into reality. And
Look,
not trying to make it.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look at the girl that's the girl with the bow in her hair. I forgot her name. The one with the bow in her hair and the colorful
JoJo
thing.
Siwa.
Yes, yes, she's out there too. Like I don't even know what's going on with her. I don't know.
My
She's so
daughter
young
cannot
too. She's
stand.
only like
My
17.
daughter cannot stand that girl. She
Yeah.
absolutely hates her.
My daughter never liked her either. My daughter never liked her, and I was like, "Why you don't like her? She seemed colorful." And my daughter knew. My daughter said, "I don't like her. She's weird." And I was like, "Okay, don't watch her." I mean,
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
uh,
and it
my
turned out she
my kid
is.
is kind of alternative, and she says she's weird. So I'm like, well, damn, okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But see, here's the thing about it now. Like, people are trying so bad to. I mean, as for us, I mean, I can only imagine. This is why I try to give people. I literally called a few people yesterday. I just to tell them I love them. because on some real shit, I didn't really. I mean, back then you would probably have your mom or somebody call you and say, I just called her just to say I love you, because you don't really know what that person mentally is going through at that time. You don't know. You don't have to know. You just know there's something happening, and so you're just saying, let me just call check up on you, buddy. Let me just call check up on you, friend. You don't have to know the situation. You just know that there is something happening in the moment, and so we can definitely surmise. I'm telling y'all right now, after last year, listen, a lot of our people are fucked up. A lot of people are fucked up, and I you got to start judging the situation play by play, and start trying to say, hey man, like, do you need help? A lot of people trying to say that they don't. Hey, play with your life if you want, but these situations that are coming about. That's why I don't really throw no smoke
I'm gonna try
at no
cheeseburger.
man or no woman that is trying to make a family. I don't throw no smoke at no person trying to get by in this day and age. Like, shit's real hard enough as it is, and this is why I'm very wary about telling people, hey, like, what people are doing on social media, because people like to judge other people's situation, but that's not you in that situation. You know what I'm
Can I?
saying? What's up,
Hey
Coach?
every, hey everybody. Hey Jay of Low Value, long time no hear from.
Hey, hey.
I'm gonna say something. It's
Hello.
gonna be so. Hey, it's gonna be so super boring because it's not the exciting thing to say. Joyce Meyer said, I did not read the book. Y'all know I get a lot of shit I don't read. I like the titles, but she said, and we've heard the quote, idle hands are the devil's tools. Well, an idle hand and idle minds will cause you to do a lot of stuff to fill the time. And if you have a life without purpose, that you should be working on something, it don't have to be big. It don't have to be saving the world. When you see some people who go and they collect supplies, that is a purpose. It may not be for the cure cancer, but that's their purpose. And when you live a life without purpose, even if you haven't defined what your purpose is, you're going to do a lot of, in the meantime, activities to fill that space. And I call it the new car smell. You know how you get that new car and you go in there, everything smell good, but it don't last forever. So we're on to the next thing. Somebody say, oh, if you get a degree, it's gonna you've accomplished it, because they have a list of things that they've told us what will give us that we're supposed to do, the blueprint to find this happiness. Now, I'm not living in a fantasy world where I think we don't have to support ourselves. But people say, oh, you get that degree, or you get that job, or you get that house, or you get that car. If you haven't sat down and done the work for what you think your purpose is, and it don't mean you cannot do those other things, but if you haven't defined your purpose for yourself, you're going to be doing a lot of activities to keep getting that new car smell. And it's only going to last for a little bit of time and a little bit of happiness. And you're going to be on to the next thing. And that's kind of what I wanted to add. And it might sound corny. It is not the most exciting thing that we want to do. Like somebody say, well, why would a millionaire want to go do it? It could be building a business. It could be building a charity. It could just be helping give some old people gifts and this and that. But we have to find whatever that purpose is. And sometimes it's not the thing that other people have told us it is. And that's all I wanted to share.
Okay. Thank you for that.
All right.
One of the things about it, and I try to tell this to a lot of black men, uh, just people that believe that making money is going to fix your problems. That's a lie. That's a lie. It doesn't fix your problems. Um, I can tell you right now, just the same way you think. I know people who don't have money like that, not a care in the world. Not saying that, hey, I want to live that broke life. That ain't come out of BMT's life. Listen, I know what it's like to be down there, but I damn sure understand that. You know what? I I I'm thankful. I am thankful for what I have. I try to tell people, learn to love you. I don't fat shame people. I don't try to shame people about how their education or their looks or who they are with, because if that's what's making you happy, I'm all for it. I don't have to understand what makes you happy because that's what makes you happy. We seem to have a huge goddamn issue. We seem to have a huge issue in society or going on right now where a lot of people tend to like to judge people because of who or what makes them tick. This is why, and then y'all going to get mad at me. This is why BMT has no smoke for anybody that says, "Hey, I'm openly gay." Oh, I can't believe you just said that, BMT. I know. If he or she is at peace with that shit, hey, be at peace. Be at peace. If somebody is saying, if a man says, "Hey, I'm fine being alone," okay, cool. As long as you happy and you're not harming anyone, cool. My worries is when somebody, and I'm gonna tell you right now, is when people are alone with their thoughts and their mechanisms. It hurts. You know what I'm saying? I've talked with somebody and they put on the bravado that I don't need nobody, I don't need this and I don't need that. And as you start hearing them say that over and over to people, but they always are critiquing other people about their stuff, then after a while you're starting to see, okay, what's really going on? You know? And I've seen the videos of people in their cars saying, I got this, I got that. Why can't I have, or what is not filling the void? This is, boomerang it at how Koja has said, having certain goals or certain mental hurdles that you need to get over. Jay, is there something you want to say?
My
Just let
personal
me know.
mind.
So the thing about it is, mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So one of the things about it is that we have to understand, and I give a special praise to Kareem. Kareem.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, yes, love.
HT Ball made a good point. He said the black, and I was actually thinking this. I was gonna say this when you finished talking, but he put the black community still wants to sweep shit under the rug, and it's got to stop.
Yeah. Shout out to HT about that. We do have a problem with sweeping a lot of things under the rug. That's why I say, whenever I used to bring up stuff I was dealing with, whether it was abuse, whether it was trauma, whether it was certain stuff I felt like I wasn't worthy or ugly, or I dealt with a lot of shit. That's why I said the shit that y'all say to me on YouTube, it's candy to me. But I'm an '80s survived the crack era baby. The fuck can y'all say that I haven't seen or dealt with? The fuck? Sorry, baby. Before the internet, I actually dealt with the shit real time in my face. So, ooh, I have the power to turn off. And see, that's the thing about it. Some people don't know, Jay. Some people don't know how to turn off and step away. That's why I say some social media is good, but it's also dangerous for certain people because I watch some people, they can't handle the anxiety of what is said to them or said about them. So they carry that and they just deal and they just, well, I gotta fight this, I gotta fight that. That's why like this gender war shit, I don't get involved with. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I don't get involved with at all. Because I'm
I
like,
learned a long time ago people gonna talk about you regardless, so it don't
exactly.
matter. So
I,
that's
I,
why I'm.
I gotta give a shout out to Jay. I gotta give a shout out to Jay about that one. I remember one time I had that shit at my doorstep. Best thing, why Jay is my ride or die. She hit me up and she said, Joe, don't respond. Fuck it. Like we don't have to respond. And you know what I did? At first I was like, no, I gotta respond. She said, why? They're gonna talk about us regardless. And guess what? It got easier and it got easier and got easier. And I started to learn how to self-care and self-love myself. I'm not gonna say it's an easy thing, but
No, it's not. But you just get to and that's what I'm saying. Even with the internet, it's funny because I'm like, and I know you and I have talked about this. It's like, yo, I've been doing this Facebook, internet roasting shit for a long
for a
time.
long
This
time.
shit, motherfuckers be up here calling me fat, and I'm like, okay.
Right. Listen, I get called ugly. I get called ugly, big buck teeth, Shrek, all kind of shit. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna live my life. I listen. The internet. I don't even know majority of these. majority of I will actually 98% of y'all I will never fucking ever see in my life. So you're never gonna pay my bills. You're never gonna wash my car. You're never gonna put food on my table. You're never gonna wipe my ass. You're never gonna do anything for me. And see, so I started to learn how to take the keys of my life back.
And
And
I
I,
mean, I think a
Mhm.
lot of people that, it's like hurt people hurt people. So I just think it's a lot of people in this space, who, like you said, they self-medicating. And I honestly feel YouTube is also another form of self-medication, because, and that's the thing, people don't look at it like that because it's not a drug, it's not alcohol, it's not
I
nicotine.
agree.
But
I
yeah,
agree.
it's definitely a form of self-medication, like especially these quote unquote gender wars, not to bring this shit up all the time, but yeah, because somewhere along the lines some woman hurt them, or man, whatever side you want, some woman or man hurt them, and they've gotten fucked up or gotten themselves in fucked up situations more than one time, more than two times, more than three times. It's somewhere along the lines they found someone who's like, who sounds good, who looks good, who burns candles and talks smooth, and it's like, oh yeah, I agree with them. You bring to the table. That's a freaking addiction. Instead of
I
working on themselves, and going to fucking therapy, you know what I mean?
Self-therapy.
it's a quote that says rejection can be killing, but it can kill more effective if the person already feels they're missing something. So like the stuff that you say people have the insecurities in the back of their mind, then somebody go and tap on it, it make it a little worse. But I already think Issa Rae came up with the perfect thing when she said awkward black girl. I would just be honest. I think a whole lot of internet people is just awkward black people that come to the internet
Oh yeah,
space
absolutely.
to get together, and then they find a crew, and then they want to be the alpha of the awkward black people's management. I mean space. And then when they finally find that support system that maybe they didn't get in the real world, and none of this can be true. Because I saw one YouTuber, she was the person, she was going doing all this beauty stuff, and then she's like, I have no friends in real life. So she was a celebrity on
Yeah,
YouTube,
that's
but in
sad.
real life, she had all pretty stuff, all gorgeous makeup, fixing everything up in her house, and she said, I have no friends.
Hell no.
So
See,
That
you
is
get
so
to be
sad.
whoever you want to
Oh my
be
God.
and see,
in these
and that,
spaces.
and see, this is why I am tapping. I don't. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. BMT don't give a fuck to watch all these channels no more. I really don't watch YouTube. When y'all be telling me about other channels and other stuff, I be like, okay. I don't be. I literally, when I don't do my show, I'm not watching YouTube much anymore. I really don't, because I understand that social media is a drug, and when you get too much into this shit, you after a while you
It's
start
definitely a
losing,
drug that people don't talk about.
and you
I
start
think it's
losing
like a
them.
popularity contest, even on
It was
Yeah,
TikTok.
it is addictive. It's addictive. It's very addictive. I had to like. I'm sorry to cut you.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
fine.
gonna
go
leave.
ahead.
I find that social media is addictive too for me because when the man passed away, I didn't even know because I told myself I'm not gonna be on Instagram or nothing for the day because I was addicted to Instagram, and I didn't know until I went to YouTube, which I'm trying to say, which I should have just not be on YouTube as well. But I said, okay, let me do Instagram because Instagram was my addiction, and that's when I found out about that he passed because most of your news you find out on social media now. But I want to thank you for having me here, and I'm gonna have to go.
Also, and please
Great
come back.
topic, everyone. All right.
Thank you.
And the thing about it, and like I said, y'all, like addictions are not just in the form of drugs. It's in the form of different various things, man. Like, and that's why I don't throw so much of shade at anybody, because anybody can say, well, boo hoo, or hey,
It's
get
a
over it.
popularity. It's social media is a popularity contest, and it's interesting the person that said boo hoo on your post, because I mean he looking for the social media fame his damn self. So it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's what I mean. Like it's not drugs, but it's social media. You're addicted to. People are addicted to being the most popular channel or being the biggest YouTuber who could say the most, ignorant shit. Like, stuff like that.
It gets
And
very
get the more
volatile.
likes and the more clicks and
Right.
views.
So, like I said, uh, y'all gotta be very mindful. This shit can be very potently dangerous. With like I said, and I think that's why I brought up about Mr. Williams and his battle with addiction. Like it's something that, like I said, after a while you start to lose yourself and you start to forget how to find your way back. And sometimes it's good to have a guiding stone. That's why I say it's sometimes, and this the hard part is reaching out to people. The hard part is reaching out to people and finding somebody willing to listen. This is why therapy, therapy is not affordable. Shout out to Obama. I know all y'all like to say Obama didn't do shit for y'all. He actually did. He actually allowed y'all to get affordable therapy. Shout out to Medicaid. That everybody was like, "Oh, the fuck I'm gonna use that for?" Well, guess what? You can afford therapy, and them doctors will gladly take that goddamn card. And literally, you can go in there, you can sit in there, and you can talk to somebody that is by law licensed, that they cannot get on social media. Say, guess what? So and so Jay just told me. I'm gonna tell everybody, a bunch of strangers about no. That person would lose their license and they would go to jail, or it can get really bad for them. So
One thing,
understand this. This is why I be telling y'all, stop coming on fucking social media telling y'all fucking problems, because this is not a social media counseling issue. This is not. This is just a place for us to talk. You think Jay's gonna tell y'all shit that she do privately behind closed doors? Fuck no. Think I'm gonna ever tell y'all? Hell no. I don't know y'all like that. So
I compare
understand
it to being a baby alcoholic. When you
this.
first come in AA, you ain't all there yet. And then at some point you could become a mentor because you done hard enough, you're better. So if you're a baby AA and you still got your insecurities and stuff, you better be careful what you reveal because people will throw it back at you. Now, if you a mentor and you don't really dealt with your shit and ain't nobody to throw it back in your face and wash your face with it, you may want to put it out there. But everybody ain't dealt with their
No,
stuff like that.
I don't think
So
so. I don't
yeah,
think so.
some people will like you share some of your stuff. You share the parts you want us to know. And I'm sure there's some parts you keep to yourself. Everybody ain't that strong. And sometimes a lot of the people that have the loudest growl are the weakest ones mentally.
Oh yeah,
No,
And
absolutely.
it was this movie with Sean Connery. I guess he was like a writer or something. And he was reading the trash rags, like the gossip column. And he say, "This is my dessert," meaning that he know he a serious writer or whatever, but he read the trash bags because that's his dessert, that's his free time. And so that's why I look at YouTube like this is my dessert, but it does have some very good stuff. So never doubt that something you say can impact somebody, but it got a lot of fuckery, so you got to come here for the dessert.
see, and you're right about that, and that's why I said sometimes, like everything in good, like I said, I can't tell people what to do and what not to do, but I can definitely tell y'all when it comes to the addictive lane of, hey man, I'm gonna have this drink of wine, or I'm gonna have this thing right there. So long, you gotta sometimes, and people always think that they are strong where it will not affect them. That's the whole point of addiction. You don't notice that you're overdoing it. You don't. You don't notice it until it's too late, and then you're like, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
And
how
even
far.
then, people don't like, I told you about my situation with living with the alcoholic, and it was like, to this day, I think he's still an alcoholic because in his mind, he thinks that alcoholism isn't a real addiction, and it is.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I had a good friend of mine. One of their passions was doggone helping people. That was their thing. It made them feel like they were somebody, helping people. But guess what it was also doing to them? It was also killing their life, killing their lifestyle, causing her to go broke. And I was like, yo, stop, stop. Like, I don't know. Like, I got to. Why? Because that's what my mama wants. But you're not your mom. You you are somebody. And see, that's the thing about it. Again, that's why I said certain people are trying to live other lifestyles that they're not. They're trying to live in something other than themselves. Y'all, we're not our parents. We're not back then. You're not the 1940 or 50, whatever the fuck you think you are. You are just you. And sometimes you need who better to learn thyself than thyself. You know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate for therapy. I know Jay is. Like we're telling y'all this because we care. And sadly, a lot of people will say, "Oh man, I literally watched a bunch of men say don't go to therapy," and I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, man, that doctor's trying to get one over you. I'm like, dude, like that doctor is trying to just do his fucking job and get your ass about your way. Like I don't know what's this damn inertia that everybody thinks that everybody's out there to fucking get you, you know. But some of y'all need
Paranoid. Need
no, you're right about
therapy.
that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In their minds, YouTube is therapy, but it's not because you're just sitting in echo chambers talking shit about the opposite sex all day. Like that's not therapy.
Right. Like I worry. I worry. What's going on, Queen? How you doing, Mama? Young Pharaoh is clearly having a mental breakdown online, and it's sad hard for me to watch him. Like, understand it, y'all. And what's going on, BK? Um, a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, a lot of y'all gotta understand, man. Like, this shit's real. I know y'all like to laugh. Like, listen, I'm never gonna shame a man who wants to get with a woman. I'm never gonna shame them, especially a single mother. I'm not gonna say this calm. I saw a man who was willing to get with a single mother, and I watched a lot of men jump on his neck and get on her. And I said, "Why are y'all mad? That's not y'all dick. Y'all not that fucking woman. Y'all are not paying their bills. Yeah, but all these." I said, "Why are y'all sweating them? This man just told you he don't want to be alone. This man told you that he found somebody to make him happy. Why are y'all on his neck? Are y'all not his friends? BFG, are you trying to get him fucked up? No, I want him happy. Why the fuck y'all think that like people can't get help? Like this is that crazy shit. This is why I tell people don't ever tell people don't ever tell people when you're trying to seek happiness. Don't ever try to tell people because they will siphon and suck that shit
Well,
out of
you're
you.
trying to seek happiness, don't go on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Get your ass off.
Cause like I said, I've sat here and told him about some of told Bay about some of like these big talking points. I be telling him, or sometimes I would listen. He'll just be like, I can't listen to no more. Like he was literally watching something the other day on, I think it was on World Star, and this dude was talking about women need to be doing this, women need to be doing that, and all he was saying, and I was just laughing because I'm like, this shit ain't nothing new. But all he kept saying, he was like, but look at what he looks like. Look at how this nigga look. I was like, he was just in shock that someone that looked like this man was saying the things he was saying. He was just like, I was like. That I said, babe, that stuff is on YouTube all day, all night. And this is exactly what these dudes be looking like. And that's exactly what they be talking about. I said, that's why I'm laughing, because what he's saying, I've been hearing for years. And it'd be the same dudes talking the same shit all the time for years. If you still have the same talking point for 5 years, hell, 3 years, 2 years, if you still can't find a suitable mate, maybe it's just you, bro.
Like, and y'all gotta understand, man. Like,
They
and
want people to hang out in them spaces with them. The fact that they meet a single mother and he might slip away and not be there to be in their crowd and listen to their BS scare them. So of course they got to suck it out. People are dream killers. They have no dreams for themselves and they don't want others to have dreams.
now HT brought up something good. Goddamn, HT, you throwing up some pretty good shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I want y'all to understand this, man. Like, some people, and the sad thing about, we watch people have died on certain addictions of trying to keep up. I've seen it. Jay have seen it. I'm pretty sure Koji have seen it. Where people, it is built up on them to where they take their own lives. And I warn y'all to be safe. I try to I don't want people to express or tell people, you know, you got to be careful with a lot of these things. That's why, like I said, I remember when I started out on my addictions, I would follow like, come on, Joe, come on, like let's just take it, let's just try it, let's just try it, let's just try it. Sometimes you gotta just it's okay to say no. Yes, you might be alone for a while. Yes, okay, you might have to go sit there at the bar while everybody else is over there doing their own shit. It's okay. It's okay. I can promise you, you will be okay. And you know what? I didn't lose no sleep. I didn't lose my dignity. And I was able to say, you know what? Hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable like that because they feel like, yo, they're not going to love me. Or if I
Trust
don't
me,
do this.
I am a living and breathing sentiment of that. Like, absolutely. Like, you know, I had the alcoholic that I was talking about earlier. It's funny. He had said to someone, multiple people, that the reason he can't leave me alone and stop talking to me, because if he does, I will kill myself. That was
Oh, he cares for you.
about 4 years ago.
Jay, he cares for you.
Look at that. I'm still here living and shit.
Jay, stop. Y'all can excuse my YouTube wifey. He said some pretty fucked up things. Jay, you keep this up. You already know.
Look at me. But no, I'm saying that to say, in all seriousness, I'm saying that to say is that yes, ex-lovers, friends, could bring you down to the lowest of the low. And I can tell you right now, and Joe knows this, I am at a space. I have been elevating for the last since then. So you can be at the lowest of the low, but if you still with those same people that kept you at the lowest of the low, you're gonna remain at the lowest of the low. That's why I said that every year since I've been in Florida, I've improved on what I've had last year.
And you know what? The thing about it, and I know some people say, well, somebody asked me like, why do you call Jay that? Me and Jay have mentally supported each other through our hard times for how many years? Like almost 4. Well, how many years have we had? Like
about 4 years. About 4 years.
4 years, about going 5. And we sometimes it's good to have a good support team. For what I'm saying, hey, you don't need to drink. Hey, Joe, you're in a dark place. Fall back. Like it's good to have that support person.
Hey Jay, you don't need to go see that nigga. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, but you know what? Y'all, we can laugh about it. We can laugh about it
and a glass of wine.
You know what, Kojo? We can laugh at it now because we're in a stronger place. Not to say we don't have them dark. This is why I talk about dark thoughts, because sometimes it does come back. It does come back like a scar or a scratch or a rainy night. There are triggering moments of things that will come back. Or you might look in the mirror at certain stuff that has happened to you, and you're like, wow, like that happened to me. I never thought that would be me, but it was me. And so the thing about it is having somebody that can see you when you're starting to walk into the 5 feet to the 6 to the 7 and say, hey, come on back, you're good. And sometimes you might shed some tears.
Or sometimes you just need to stay home, have a drink, and rub one out. Like, and that's that.
You know what? And I had 20 times I've had to do that. And guess what? I lost no shame. I lost no dignity. You know what? And I am just fine. I be swearing. People be thinking I be out there in the street. Nope.
You got to do that to save yourself. Stay home.
I will save myself. You're right.
You ain't hurting nobody if you do that.
I will go ahead and turn on my favorite flick. Oh, I'm gonna stop the street. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I even learned something from KS. KS even taught me something. He said, "Get me some white women on my team." I got me a white woman on my team. She a whole witch, and she got chickens, and she gonna teach me something. So even KS taught me something. He said, "Get me some white women on my team."
But see, that's the thing about him. I'm not going to say he's all bad, but the thing is, the things that people hone in on are the things that benefit them. I have heard of some of his talks, and I'm like, okay, he got a good point. You know, broken clock is right twice a day, whatever. But sometimes he does have good points, but the thing is, most of the focus be on that other BS he be talking about. Like he talks about high value men, but he also talks about high value men, but he also talks about if you're not a high value man, you shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. But it's funny that stuff never reaches the internets, the interwebs, and those talking points in those circles. Am I correct on that, Joe? I think he fell off. I think his phone was ringing. Hey, healthy. You, Koja?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, where did everybody go? It started
No,
ringing.
no. Listen. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to my brother, one of the originals for our team.
He all skinty now and shit.
Man, he better come up here and say something. He better come up here and say something to me. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna ask him.
Going on in your background?
I'm requesting him. I'm requesting him to come up here. Just to, just to grace us with his blessed. Okay, so.
He said he's at work.
Okay, it's all good. I love you, healthy. We're rooting for you. Me, Jay, Mobile, Charity. Who else is there that we have? Shit. I mean, everybody from BMT. Even we all the originals. We're all root for you. You know what I'm saying? We're watching you and supporting you. Healthy was one of the guys. Especially when we used to do the late night show. Oh man, listen, late night show. Y'all think y'all know us. Y'all didn't know us. Trust and believe. The late night show, that was a whole different beast. That's back then before Jay moved up to the bougie.
I will say this: since Bay is traveling on business he will be away for a while. I might be available on a Friday or Saturday night.
Oh shit! Oh man! Oh man! We can do some numbers now, and we can go back to the Friday night. Oh man! Shit! God damn, boy! If y'all listen, y'all think other people have a topic? Nah, they can't hit our topic. A lot of the topics that used to come on YouTube that people were doing, that was back when we was a smaller channel, was a lot of our top. We used to write and get some crazy shit. Like Ratchet Fridays, that was us before somebody started taking it. Goddamn, all the good, listen, a lot of content creators had came through our shit. But one of the things about it, we were definitely blessed because we had everybody from all walks of life, from different things, on there doing stuff and talking about things. So, but we could always talk about stuff and have a good conversation, and it wasn't based on, well, you're this or that, or you're not allowed to speak because you're a man or a woman. We actually just had good conversations as if we were human beings, and I love that about my team. I will never give them up or trade them for the fucking world. Same way I came up with them, I will take them with me. I don't give a fuck if goddamn Lee Daniels or whoever the fuck come up to me.
Oh God, not Lee Daniels.
I'm like, if you can't sign me, bitch, with all my people, fucking leave me alone. Like, if you can't,
not Lee Daniels. YouTube would blow up if you
listen. Shit, look, I already told him. I said, Jay, hey, it's either all of us or none of us. I'm dead ass serious. I don't care. I want to go up with my friends. I want to go with my friends and my family. Like, we built this shit from the ground on up, y'all. Everything that y'all talk about, like everything y'all so scared of certain taboos or y'all like talking about all that shit. Guess what, motherfuckers? We were already talking about it. Hell, we got it all on our page. I don't have to look for no women. I don't have to look for no men. I don't have to guess about no LGBT agendas and shit. I got everything I want and love on my panel that I can rock with, and they're my family, and they rock with me, and they protect me, and I protect them. I can go to any community. And they're all good with me. My damn passport is good, so I can go anywhere. I know I'm loved. I know I'm loved. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to feel like that also. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about these topics, especially about what happened to Mr. Williams and other people, because this shit is real. These things do happen to a lot of our people. We just thinking that we
And
just
it's
think
not
that
always a conspiracy. And I hate that about us. Like every time, somebody dies, especially a black person. Oh, well, you sure it wasn't this or that, or the man trying to get him, or whatever the case may be? Like, it's like everything ain't no damn conspiracy. Like, people die every day, B. That ain't a conspiracy either. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Keep it moving.
you know, and that was something, and that's something that I definitely that's something I definitely I want y'all to understand or know that we have an uphill fight. We have an uphill fight. Calling out sexual and traumas and different other stuff. That's always been one of our passions of things to call out for people. Um, listen. I already told. Listen, if they have a Shoney's deal on that fucking
Oh my
contract, they already
God.
got me. They already got me. I'm just letting y'all know right now. They already know we had that Sony's deal, man. I was we that was one of our shout out to Sony's, man. Our first sponsor was Sony. Shout out to Sony's. That was our first sponsor. And then we had CBD and all that stuff. When everybody was trying to talk about getting super chats, we were going after sponsors. We were getting sponsors. You know. Now some sponsors we had to drop when they started doing all that damn crazy Proud Boy shit. But y'all gotta go. Bye. Daddy's like, yo, drop. Hey, I gotta give. Hey, the vice president, man, she's very cutthroat when she talks about cutting people, bro. she's very cutthroat, man. Don't bring
Yeah.
that to her, boy. Like, she be calling stuff. You know what? Out of the 5 years, dumb eyes have never lied. She has done 5 years.
I think I've been wrong, like maybe once.
She's been wrong once. I was there for that. I was there. I celebrated. I had a whole show. But like I said, she every time she says something nowadays, I second, I might buck against her. But she called out the crackhead. She called out the Proud Boy. She called out the goddamn the closet motherfucker. She called out a lot of shit. Understand it. A lot of stuff that happened on YouTube, we already find out a week or a month ahead of time. We just don't say anything, but that's just not our place to. We just like to watch and just observe. And usually we're told to shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up. Be quiet. They don't bother us. We don't bother them. So, other than that, you guys, y'all take care. We love y'all. Shout out to Healthy. We're definitely watching, brother. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Kareem. Shout out to Koja. Shout out to Brother Speak. Shout out to Queen of South. You know, who else do we have in it? HT was dropping a lot of gold.
Yeah, he was.
Underrated. Shout out to him. Sapase was keeping us very well informed about the drugs and stuff and everything else that's going on out there in the streets. Yes, you guys, B-Dub, what's going on? I am going to be talking later on, you guys. I will be talking about R. Kelly's little boy lovers. With everybody.
But I thought the media was just trying to set him up.
No, oh no. See, now all of a sudden, y'all, we got boys starting to show up in that courtroom.
I thought he was just getting set up. They
I
was
don't
trying
know
to
what
bring down a black man.
Y'all better explain where all these boys are coming from. They got a few boys starting to show up in that courtroom. So
I guess they lying too. There, Anyway.
Listen, man, these are a lot of children are showing up in that goddamn. A lot of kids. Well, they're not kids now. They're adults. Actually, that's crazy. All these kids are now adults now. All R. Kelly's victims.
Kelly is like the new remember the priest. Remember back in the day, like a whole bunch of priests started like getting in trouble
Yeah.
and men, well, they were men at that point, were coming forward. Oh yeah, when I was 13, you know, he took me in the back room. So I was
Yo,
like,
dude.
R. Kelly's like the new priest.
Yo. He about to do some numbers, man. He about to do some
Yep.
numbers. But y'all might say, y'all listen. R. Kelly's net worth is negative $2 million right now. Like, I literally had an argument with somebody that said that if R. Kelly's house was up for sale, they would move in. They would still. I said nobody's going to move. That house is not worth anything. Nobody's going to move in that house. Nobody's going to ever move in that house. Anything that is close to his name is done or destroyed. Like, listen, I think Drake was stupid for doing anything that was close to R. Kelly. That could probably really fuck up his career. But that's a talk for another time. Because right now is not a good time to do anything that is with that man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'll see you guys later. Peace. Y'all have a good day.